It's Rob here. So I haven't been on my YouTube channel for quite a while. I've been kind of working on some things, refining some things, and pretty much since I made my last video, I have started trading smart money concepts. Um, I think the original thing came from ICT, and then a bunch of different guys refined it to their own version. Phantom, NGAT, WWA, whoever else. I've been learning most of my content from Phantom, and what I found with this style is that it fits my psychology quite a bit better. I've been finding some consistency with it. I've been getting some success with it, and what I wanted to do was just kind of update you guys to the way I'm going to be doing this channel moving forward. Starting this week here, I'm going to be doing trade recaps of trades I took, break them down, show you guys why I took them. One is to make myself accountable for my trades. Another reason is for myself to look back a year from now, see how far I've come. And another main reason is I've had a lot of people message me on Instagram recently and ask me to break down trades and whatnot and make some new content. So I am going to start talking about that more and more, show you guys what I took, why I took it, explain a little more, because I know a lot of us do trade the same concept, and maybe it'll help some people out. Let's see, what was the fourth? I think it was Thursday. I want to go over a short I took and what I was looking at. So we are currently bearish on the 4 hour. This is the 15 minute that we're on right now. Um, since we're being bearish and we're bearish on 4 hour, 15 minute, I was only looking for shorts. I came into the charts around here when we were going up. I didn't bother taking the buys. This this OB here, even though it put in a new low, I expected this order block to break. I knew the supply wasn't going to hold because there was no inducement. For those of you that don't know what inducement is, it is liquidity used to move. So a good example would be this right here, these little money symbols. That is inducement for this order block here. Once you tap in, once that inducement is gone, it those order blocks generally don't hold. So in the case of this order block, it it had zero inducement. We expected it to fail. These sell to buy wicks, this supply here, we expected them to fail as well as they've already been tapped into. These sell to buy wicks, and down here in this whole area was actually inducement for this order block. As we came up and tapped into this, we grabbed all of this inducement. All this money is now taken. We've made a new low. I knew on the way back, since there was no inducement here, no inducement here, um, it was likely that we were going to come to the only unmitigated order block of the range, which is this 15-minute order block up here. And the market kind of does funny things. It'll leave a bunch of highs like this, which is also inducement. And what inducement is, it's liquidity basically sitting there for them to fuel their actual move. So here they kept going up and they kind of kept making new lows, leaving a high here, leaving a high here, and leaving a high here. And this is all money basically to fuel this down move. But in order to grab all this money, we obviously got to come up. This is the only unmitigated 15 order block in the whole range. I had a feeling they were coming up there. We do have some more confluences here. So if you guys take a look right here, this order block, if you take a look at right at the top and right where my line is, if you look at the way that candle closed over here on the right, we didn't actually get a body close. That is a wick, meaning we did not get a full body close that took that high, meaning we actually rejected. So, as we're already bearish, and that was the only unmitigated area, even though it looks like we're bullish, we did nothing other than come grab all this liquidity. To me, this low becomes weak and now becomes a target as we are bearish. And let's talk about the entry criteria and what I looked at on the 1 minute. So we're going to go over to the 1 minute. And as I post content and my trades, guys, I will be breaking the content down more and more. Again, all the knowledge came from Phantom. I'm still learning from them. So a lot of the lingo will be the same lingo they use, as that's where I learned. Um, what did we have here? So this is our 15 order block here that we tapped into. This is actually what formed your wick. And Chotch is change a character. Some people call it chalk. We're actually not sure. But what it means is more or less it's a market shift. So we've been making new highs, we're making new highs. This is the last demand zone that put in the high, and we tapped into the higher time frame supply, which is the 15 order block. We came down, which is our 15 wick right here, these three long candles down. We failed to make another high, and now we actually ran the demand that put in the last high. So you can look at this move up as we swept the highs, we swept the lows, and the next likely thing to happen is if we swept the highs, swept the lows, and we're bearish on both time frames, 4 hour and 15, we're likely to continue down and run the week low. I will be talking more about week lows and week highs and how to pick them and how to target them and why as I get into explaining more trades this week. Either Monday or Tuesday, I'll do a trade recap of a trade I took, break it down. But anyway, we swept the highs, we swept the lows. This red area right here is your supply zone that caused the fail. So the likely thing to do is that we're going to mitigate this supply, and we are going to continue to the downside to run the week low, as that is with trend. And the majority of our longer trades would definitely be with trend. I'll get into trade management, how I manage, how I partial out. You obviously don't hold the full amount. This trade here is a 40R. If you held the full amount, obviously you don't, because the market's never certain, so you always got to have areas to pay yourself. This right here is our 15 low that we expected to run. So that's where we took the trade to. And basically, it's going to be more stuff like that that I'm going to be breaking down. And this area here is actually what's called, let's see, I thought I had this marked out. Demand supply flip. So this is a D to S flip. And what that means is we have a change of character here. The supply caused this demand to fail. So this is a demand to supply flip, meaning supply took control again, and we're expecting further bearish price action. As always, you're never certain. You do want to risk manage properly. I will be going over risk management as well. A lot of this content will be watched from the guys from Phantom, and I'm kind of hoping they critique my trades as we critique each other's trades and try to improve. A lot of you guys from Instagram will be watching this, but this is kind of the direction I'm heading. And yeah, I went with this concept because obviously the risk reward ratios are absolute madness. Um, our trade ideas are all based off 4 hour and 15 minute. For my lower time frame on the macro analysis, I will never go lower than 10 minute. Most of the supplies and demands we use will be anywhere from 10 to 30 minute, and the higher time frames, obviously the 4 hour. I don't use daily too much, a little bit, but not enough that it really matters. But this is what we've been up to. This is what I've been refining. It's been working really good for me. I want to kind of share it with you guys. And yeah, feel free to critique stuff. Feel free to ask questions. And before anyone asks, no, I do not sit on the 1 minute and look for trades. I sit on the 15 minute 90% of the time, and I look for trades off the higher time frame. I do execute on my widescreen, so I do run both time frames at once. I actually haven't made a video on my Mac for a while. It's kind of weird using such a small screen. But I was having trouble with the Windows recording software, and it made the screen too small with how wide it was. So I decided to make the videos on Mac just so it's more friendly for everybody to watch on their laptops. And moving forward, I probably will just make it on the MacBook. Definitely tune in, guys. I'll be live and active on YouTube again. I'm pretty happy to be back. And for those of you that aren't following me on Instagram, definitely check out Instagram as I break down which trades I took. Um, for those of you that want trading view links of the trades I took and my charts and draw ups, if you follow me on Instagram and you do ask me for those, I'll be more than happy to send those out. I do send them out to quite a few guys that are getting into smart money concepts. I don't mind sharing the knowledge as long as, it kind of helps people. But yeah, definitely follow me on Instagram. The Instagram is Fusion West, or no, it's Fusion Capital Inc. Sorry, Fusion Capital Inc. I will post the link in the description and stay tuned, guys, and wait for my next video. It'll be out in the next day or two here. Have a good one.